Hey, this is Ray. I'm at the beginning of the episode today, which is a little bit strange. I just wanted to apologize for the episode coming out so goddamn late. I meant for it to come out on August 2nd, and I'm recording this on August 9th, so I kind of dropped the ball on that one. But this just means that you will have 2 weeks in a row of Wormhole. So in the end, is it really that bad? I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I think it's a really fun one. You don't know the intro music.
I don't edit it.
You don't know In the Middle of the Day by Lundstrom? Okay.
That's embarrassing. Okay. Can you do your dog bark for inspiration? Thank you. Okay. Hi, welcome to Wormhole, a podcast where we read and talk about Wikipedia articles for a long time. My name is Toby.
My name is Ray. We haven't introduced ourselves in a while.
We haven't, and I was like, we need to start saying our name off the top, because we have very similar voices sometimes.
We do.
We both have that gay vocal fry.
I think it doesn't help that we live with each other and we like hear each other constantly.
We share mannerisms.
Yeah.
And we bought a zoo.
We did. I'm really regretting that. Like
the
zoo loans on top of student loans.
And the medical loans, because the lion did eat my legs.
Oh God, Toby.
I don't know if you've looked under the table recently, but
I'm too scared to.
I don't got legs no more.
Oh man, Toby, where did you put them?
I not my choice. The lion chomp them and gulp them down.
That sounds like an excuse.
You're right. I just need to pull myself up on my bootstraps. Wait a second.
Take
I can't wear boots.
We did buy a zoo.
We
have a whole zoo. This one has penguins. Like, other than other zoos I know.
Really? The shade being thrown right now.
I'm shading a very specific zoo right now.
So
if you went to the zoo, what would be the first animal on your, like, I need to see this animal list?
Let me think. Are we talking about in the layout of our local zoo?
Just, you're going to a zoo.
And they have every animal a zoo could have.
Yeah. What's your top priority?
Probably bears.
Yeah, bears are always good.
They're great. They're always out. They're always active. And they're full of personality. I love seeing the bears at our local zoo because it is, like, so fun. And they're so expressive. They're like little guys.
Yeah. The bears at our local zoo are more active than bears at other zoos I've been to.
Huh.
Yeah.
They swim around.
Yeah, I love them.
Yeah. Also, the wolves are good, but wolves aren't out a lot because they like cooler temperatures. Mm-hmm. So a lot of the times you're just in the wolf exhibit and it's just a bunch of trees.
Yeah. Obviously mine is penguins.
Yeah. If they had the giant Flemish rabbits, would you see those?
Oh my God, of course.
Yeah.
I love a bunny.
So this is the pets episode.
This is the zoo episode.
The zoo episode.
Zoo animals are not pets, Toby.
It's the animal episode, excuse me. So Ray and I decided last episode, if you missed it, that we're gonna theme the episodes now.
Yeah. If you missed it, that's sad for you.
That's kind of embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
We decided that this is the pets episode. So you sent me an article called List of Individual Dogs, which was a shoot-off of the thing you were researching last time, and you said there were a bunch of famous dogs that you wanted to research but you didn't have time for, and you passed the torch to me.
Yes.
Let me tell you something about List of Individual Dogs, Ray. There's so many categories. There's so many. I was like, how many famous dogs could there be? There are so many famous dogs. Let me just read the categories.
People love dogs.
Actors, athletes, faithful dogs, working dogs, other heroic dogs, real dogs in literature, mascots, models, dogs in space, space dogs, dogs of unusual size, intelligent dogs, long-lived dogs, show dogs, notorious dogs, ugly dogs, unique dogs, foundation sires, and early dogs, and other notable dogs. And that's not reading subcategories.
Holy shit.
So I was originally like, I'll just read a dog from each category. That's too many dogs.
It's a lot of dogs.
So I'm just going to highlight some dogs that I think are worthy of fame. Some of them, I tried to exclude dogs that are, like, extremely famous. Some of them, I just am I had a childhood love for.
Yeah.
So I was like, I can't exclude these dogs.
Like, you can't exclude Clifford.
Well, that's a fiction. These are all real dogs.
You excluded Clifford.
I didn't include any fictional dogs.
There's list of fictional dogs is the one.
There is a list of fictional dogs.
Oh my god, I love Wikipedia.
So, the first dog on our dog train, is actor dogs, and I chose Air Buddy.
Air Buddy.
Air Buddy. I have a love of Air Buddy. And, so I knew that Air Buddy was...
Air Buddy's a real dog?
He's a real dog. His name was Buddy.
Holy shit.
So I assumed that they trained a dog for Air Bud.
Mm-hmm.
They wrote a movie around Buddy. So...
Oh my god.
He was a golden retriever. He lived 10 years, from 1988 to 1998. And so his owner, Kevin, found him as a stray dog in the Sierra Nevada in the summer of 1989. So that's when he found him, not necessarily when he was born. So he adopted him and he brought him home to San Diego. And he trained him to play basketball, baseball, football, soccer, and hockey.
Lots of sports.
Yeah.
That's a sports guy.
But he loved basketball the most.
Oh my god.
Kevin revealed that originally Buddy tried to bite the ball, but he would cover the ball in olive oil so it would slip out and he would just bop it with his nose, and that's how he trained him.
I love that. Just an oily ball. When I go to Olive Garden, I'm like, can I have the oily ball?
I thought you were gonna say that's where you get olive oil, and I was like, grocery stores exist.
He goes to Olive Garden so many times just to
they're
oil
like Sir Walmart's down the street, and he's like, I don't understand what you're saying.
Just to oil his balls.
Ugh, bad. So he originally appeared on America's Funniest Home Videos. Prime favorite of young Toby, watching people get kicked in the nuts. Oh, I loved America's Funniest Home Videos.
I hated
Me and my family used to watch it, and then I reached a point in maturity where I didn't want to watch people in pain anymore, and I was like, this isn't funny.
Yeah, it terrified me as a kid.
Really?
Like, I couldn't watch it. My family didn't really watch it, but, like, whenever I would see it on other people's houses, or, like, they play it at restaurants sometimes, I would be like, I don't want to watch this. I'm scared.
I'm pretty sure when I was in, like, early middle school, I probably watched every episode of that season of America's Funniest Home Videos with my family.
Shit.
I don't know why, it was just entertaining, and then I just reached a certain point where I got more empathetic, I guess. I don't know. So a clip of him playing basketball was on America's Funniest Home Videos. And then because of that, he went on to David Letterman. And because David Letterman had a segment called Stupid Pet Tricks. Mm-hmm. And that was one of the Stupid Pet Tricks. So he got famous from that. And then he appeared 3 times on Late Night. And then he got even more famous from that. And then he went on during halftime at an NBA Lakers game. Lakers is a basketball team.
I know that.
Okay. I don't know what sports, So he went on during halftime at a Lakers game on Christmas Day in 1991, and during the performance, he had a better shooting percentage than 3 of the starting players on the opposing Clippers team.
What? This is a puppy.
It's a dog.
This is a puppy dog.
He's a puppy dog.
He's a puppy dog, and he's fucking shooting hoops?
Yeah.
No thumbs.
No thumbs.
That's so embarrassing for them.
I know.
Little puppy dog with no thumbs is running circles around you. Literally and metaphorically.
Yeah. Because of his talent, he was cast in Air Bud, which I believe was written for him. The NBA, not the NBA.
The NBA wrote it.
The NBA wrote it.
Because the writers are on strike, so the NBA had to write it.
Wikipedia doesn't say so, but if I'm remembering correctly, this might be total misinformation, but I believe it was written for Buddy. So he starred in Air Bud in 1997, and he won a Kids' Choice Award.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, sorry. He appeared on the Kids' Choice Awards, and he was nominated for a Blimp Award for the film.
But he didn't get it?
He didn't get it.
That's so sad.
And so that's Buddy. He starred in a couple films, I think. Air Bud was like the one he was most known for.
Do they still do like Kids' Choice Awards?
Yeah, they do, because like Charlie D'Amelio and stuff appears on it now.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. I remember those were like the height of
You would talk about it at school.
Oh yeah. Just be like, did you hear Taylor Swift won a Kids' Choice Award? She got a surfboard. I wish I had a surfboard.
Wow. You've never changed. So the next category of dogs is faithful dog. And we're going to talk about Bobby the Wonder Dog.
Oh my gosh, Bobby.
So Bobby, let me show you a little picture of Bobby.
That's a puppy.
His owners, Frank and Elizabeth, and their daughters, Leona and Nova, were visiting relatives in Wolcott, Indiana. And their dog, Bobby, was attacked by 3 other dogs and ran away from the house. And they couldn't find him. So they were super heartbroken and went back home across the country.
Oh my god.
And they never expected to see him again. 6 months later, he appeared at their doorstep.
Oh my god.
He was mangy, dirty, and scrawny with toenails worn down to nothing.
So he walked that whole way to them?
It looked like he walked the entire distance and swam rivers and crossed the Continental Divide during the coldest part of winter.
Oh my god.
He approximately crossed 2,551 miles of plains, desert, and mountains in the winter to return home. An average of approximately 14 miles per day.
He would walk 500 miles.
Yeah.
And he would walk 500 more.
He would. The local newspaper talked about it, and then he became instantly famous. He was in Ripley's Believe It or Not. He played himself in a 1924 silent film.
Oh my gosh.
And he received hundreds of letters from people around the world and was honored with a jewel-studded harness and collar, ribbons,
Aww.
and keys to multiple cities.
Oh my goodness. He can get into so many cities now.
Yeah. Apparently there are multiple families and people that fed and sheltered Bobby on his journey, and they wrote the family to tell them about their time with Bobby. And then the Humane Society of Portland was able to use these stories to assemble a precise description of the route Bobby took back home.
Oh my gosh. That is so cool.
Yeah.
Is there a book?
I think there is.
That's cool.
The Humane Society's conclusion was that after returning to the house that they were staying at, he was unable to find his owners. So he followed their travels into Northeast Indiana, and then he followed their scent and headed west because they stopped at multiple places.
Holy shit.
During their original trip, the family parked their car in a service station each night, and he visited each of those stops on his journey because he remembered where they were. And
oh my god.
He visited a number of homes and a homeless camp that all helped him. In Portland, an Irish woman took care of him for a period of time and helped him recover from serious injuries to his legs and paws.
Oh.
Yeah.
This puppy.
And then he passed away in 1927. He was buried with honors in the Oregon Humane Society's pet cemetery. And then, do you know who Rin Tin Tin is?
It sounds familiar.
He was a German Shepherd movie star. He attended the funeral and laid a wreath at his grave.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
This is such a good dog.
Right?
Oh my god. I wouldn't be able to do that.
The idea of he's so loyal and he loves the family so much, he travels across the country, and he's so smart, he remembers the exact places where they stopped.
Oh
and he checks them and he's like, they're not here. Time to go to the next one until
and he knows
made it home.
the way there.
Yeah. And he did it for 6 months.
This dog has a compass embedded in his brain.
Yeah, I mean, he's a collie and English Shepherd mix.
Yeah.
And Shepherds are so smart.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. 2,500 miles.
That's crazy.
Bobby. So that's Bobby the Wonder Dog.
Bobby is a fucking wonder dog.
Yeah. Another wonder dog you're probably familiar with, but I love him so much. And him and another dog that are similar, that I just had to cover them. Do you know about Balto?
Honestly, I'm not a huge dog person. Just famous dogs.
He's really famous in my hometown. the city because of a specific reason. So it might have been that we learned about him in school because of it.
Okay. Because the name sounds familiar to me. Is there like a movie about him?
Yes.
Okay, because
there's an animated movie.
Oh, okay. I've never been a huge fan of dog movies.
Okay. Well, you're going to be a fan of Balto in a second.
Okay.
And Togo, who was a co-worker of Balto's.
Oh my god, they're working class citizens. They're paying rent.
You're gonna find out how they're amazing. So he was an Alaskan Husky and sled dog belonging to musher and breeder Leonard Sepla. So in January of 1925, doctors realized that a potentially deadly diphtheria epidemic was going to hit Nome, Alaska. Like, they knew it was coming, but they didn't have any defenses.
Oh.
And the only serum that could stop the outbreak was in Anchorage, Alaska, which is across Alaska.
Yeah.
But the engine of the only aircraft that could deliver the medicine was frozen solid and couldn't start.
Oh my gosh.
So they considered all the alternatives, and the officials were like, we're going to take sled dogs. They basically did a relay race of sled dogs where a sled dog team would go distance and meet another sled dog team. Mm-hmm. And then that one would meet another sled dog team and pass it off. And they would pass it off. So Balto is one of these dogs that delivered the diphtheria serum.
Is this where the Iditarod came from?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I used to read a lot of Gary Paulson, so I know about that.
Okay. 20 mushers took part, and they were in a blizzard with minus 23 degrees Fahrenheit temperatures the entire time. Sepla left behind a bunch of dogs in case they were needed. The two lead dogs were Fox and Balto, and they were handed off the serum, and then Balto did the final leg of the relay race, and they delivered the serum to Anchorage. Yeah, they arrived at 5:30 a.m., and all ampules of the antitoxin were intact.
That's crazy.
And then the other dog that did more of the mush but is less well known is Togo. Mm-hmm. And Togo, I can't see exactly how far he traveled, but apparently he did more than Balto but is less well known. So they stopped this diphtheria outbreak. And then after that, Balto was actually housed at the Cleveland Zoo.
Oh.
And they housed him and cared for him until the end of his life, and then they built a statue for him, and he's actually, like, stuffed at the Cleveland Natural History Museum.
Oh, yeah. Taxidermied.
I've pet him.
I've petted Balto.
I petted Balto. He's a very short dog. Aww. He's like a short brown, here's what he looks like in the museum.
I understand the reason to taxidermy.
Mm-hmm.
Dogs and other creatures. Mm-hmm. It's just a little unsettling to me.
Oh, really?
It's a little unsettling to me.
That's fair. The next category that we're going to cover is intelligent dogs. And we're going to talk about Betsy. I don't have a picture of Betsy. She was a border collie, and she is one of the world's most intelligent dogs.
Mm-hmm.
So she lived in Austria, and she knows more than 340 words.
Oh my gosh.
Which rivals apes in terms of intelligence and lateral thinking.
Oh my god. Did she have the buttons?
No, it was pre-buttons.
Pre-buttons.
Apparently, after hearing a word only twice, she was able to decipher that the sound is a command or instruction. You could show her a picture of an object and she could find the object immediately. Like, she could make the connection between a photo and a 3D object.
Smarty.
They did it 40 times, and 38 out of the 40 times she was able to retrieve the object that was in the photograph without seeing either the object or the photograph prior.
Wow.
She knows 15 people only by their name. Apparently it's because of her breed, Border Collie. They're the most intelligent breed of dog. Mm-hmm. I can attest to this, that we had a Border Collie when I was a kid, and he was the smartest. We taught him how to sit in like 2 hours.
Oh, wow.
And he just knew it from then on. And he was so intelligent. Border Collies are amazing.
Border Collies beloved.
Yeah.
I think if I got a dog, I might want a Border Collie.
I just blew through that faster than I thought I was going to, so now I'm a little out of dogs.
Me when I'm out of dogs.
I mean, there's so many more dogs.
There's a gallon of dogs.
There's just like This list is so dense that there's so many. Here's an interesting section. Dogs that saved abandoned babies.
Oh my gosh.
So there are 3 dogs here. Jade, Lachina, and Macomzi? I think I'm saying the name right. And these are all separate incidences. I think I can group them together because their stories are very similar. These are all mother dogs.
That makes sense.
And the common line between these dogs is that these were all wild dogs, or like feral dogs or abandoned dogs.
Yeah.
And they heard the cries of like a baby that were outside.
Yeah.
And the mama dog took the baby dog, the baby, and brought him back to where the puppies were. And people heard the baby crying from there. But like...
Oh. That's interesting.
Actually, Jade is different because Jade is a German Shepherd who was on a walk with his owner, and he ran off from the owner and laid down and didn't move until the owner approached, and he was laying down next to an abandoned baby in a bag. But Lachina found a baby and carried her back to the corner where she was nursing her puppies, and Macomzi was scavenging for food and found a baby and dragged it across a railroad, through a fence, into a village, and then into a shed where she was nursing newborn puppies. After she saved the baby, and the people found the baby was named Angel and was adopted. And then her name, Macomzi, is Swahili for savior, and she was taken in by the local SPCA.
Oh.
So many good dogs.
I do think that there is definitely that instinct in most animals, especially like dogs and humans just have like this weird bond. You hear like the stories of being raised by wolves. Those are feral, like unsocialized dogs that just take in a human. It would make sense that if a more domesticated dog found a baby, it would bring it to its pack, which would be humans.
Yeah. I know that if there's like a pregnant mother that has a baby, the dog imprints on the baby, and that is also the dog thinks that is also the dog's baby. And this will happen with cats too. They'll like stand guard and they'll like basically babysit.
Oh my gosh.
Which is so sweet.
Spend a lot less money on childcare. Hey dog, make sure to warm up the formula and like tuck him in.
Yeah. And then there's other very famous dog, like one I didn't mention is Hachiko, which is an Akita in Japan. His owner died, and he would meet his dog at the train station every day after work, and the dog would meet him.
There's a movie. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah. But yeah, if you have time to spare, go on the individual dogs Wikipedia page. It is a wonderful romp. A wonderful, wonderful romp.
I feel like that's a good page to visit if you're having like a bad day.
Yeah.
If you need to see like a good dog, if you need to hear about a real good dog.
Yeah. One thing I will say is don't go on the notorious dog section of the Wikipedia page because those are problematic dogs.
Oh no, this dog said a slur.
Well, hey, you're closer than you think you are. Owners will train their dogs to do things.
Oh, that's not the dog's fault, though.
No, but there are dogs that were made to do certain hand gestures that are deeply problematic. But yeah, that is the list of individual dogs. Let's jump into the middle section. So we always have a middle section to the podcast, and today we were talking about what it would be, and I said, well, I have 2 articles, Ray, and you get to choose between them.
Oh, yeah.
So here are your 2 options in vague terms. One of them is another animal article. It's a list of, I'm going to say, accomplished animals. The other article is unhinged batshit crazy, and you might regret asking me to read it. Not because it's a bummer, but because of what it is.
What is it?
So, Article 1 is Starlight Express. This is the one that you might regret. And it's a musical. The second article is the list of animals awarded human credentials.
Oh.
Choose one.
I feel like the animals awarded human credentials definitely ties it.
You want to do the list of animals awarded human credentials?
I don't know if I'm in the mood to hear about a bad musical.
Okay. It's a musical by Andrew Lloyd Webber about trains. And all the actors are on roller skates and they all play trains.
Of course, it's Andrew Lloyd Webber.
And it's like a romance.
The trains kiss, but then they crash and then they die.
It's the 9th longest running West End show and the most successful musical in Germany. Okay.
Is it good?
No.
Okay.
So, for the list of animals awarded human credentials, I'm just gonna read some of the names. There's a section called cats and there's a section called dogs. And I'm gonna read some cat names.
There's no fucking guinea pig section. There's no like bearded dragon section.
There is one that is not a cat or dog. It's a goldfish.
Good.
So these are animals that are awarded degrees.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Degrees or like certifications.
Yeah, as they should.
I'm gonna read some cat names and you tell me which cat you want to hear about.
Okay.
Colby Nolan.
Oh.
George. Kitty O'Malley. Oliver Greenhall. Oreo Collins, or Zoe D. Katz, and Katz is spelled the German way.
Oh. What was the first one again?
Colby Nolan.
I just like that name because it's a cheese.
Okay. So he was awarded an NBA.
National Basketball Association?
No, a Master in Business Administration.
Okay. This cat's a business major.
Well, he was not.
Oh.
He was awarded an MBA in 2004 by Trinity Southern University, which was a diploma mill.
Yeah, it sounds like one.
So it sparked a fraud lawsuit by the Pennsylvania Attorney General's office. So Colby Nolan was a cat, and he was the Deputy Attorney General's cat. Mm-hmm. So the Deputy Attorney General was like, how do I expose Trinity Southern University for fraud? I'm gonna try and get my cat an MBA. So he registered his 6-year-old cat for a bachelor's degree in business administration for $299. On the animal's application, the agents claimed that the cat had previously taken courses at a community college, worked at a fast food restaurant, babysat, and maintained a newspaper route. In response, the institution informed Colby that, due to the job experience listed on his application, he was eligible for an executive MBA, which he could obtain for an additional $100.
Oh, that does not sound like a scam.
No. Apparently, Colby had a GPA of 3.5.
Oh my goodness. What a studious student.
Yeah.
I'm just like imagining like a little cat with like a little textbook with little glasses.
He has a little graduation cap.
Taking down little notes. Cat in his finals.
So he received the degree. And then Attorney General Jerry Papert filed a lawsuit against Trinity Southern University for saying, you gave a cat a diploma. This is not a legal operation.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I know people have done that with like credit card applications to expose like how predatory they are. Mm-hmm. Sign your dog up for a credit card and they do it. Mm-hmm. And then your dog has a fucking credit score. Yeah.
I'm not gonna read the other cats' stories, but I'm gonna read the degrees and certifications they've gotten. Registration for practice as a hypnotherapist. Yeah. That's George. Kitty O'Malley got a high school diploma.
Good.
Oliver Greenhall got a fellowship of a state valuation professional society. He became a member.
Okay.
Oreo Collins also got a high school diploma.
Oh my goodness.
Zoe D. Katz, he got a psychotherapist and hypnotherapy certification.
Can I make a guess about the therapy, like hypnotherapy cats? Mm-hmm. Is that pretty much just like a therapy animal?
No, it's another scam one. Most of the cats, I think, are people trying to prove scams.
Oh man, I do want to see like a little TV show of like a group of 4 just cats going to high school with like teenagers.
Yeah,
I think that would be a cute kids show. They're like, I need to get my GED.
Oreo Collins was part of a sting operation with his high school diploma.
Oh my goodness.
Now I'm gonna do some dog names, and you choose what dog you want to hear about. Lulu, Maxwell Sniffing Well.
Maxwell fucking Sniffing Well.
Molly, Ollie, Pete, Sunny, and Wally. I think I know which one you want to hear about.
I love Maxwell fucking Sniffing Well.
So, in 2009, Dr. Ben Mays, a veterinarian in Clinton, Arkansas, obtained a degree in therogenealogy/animal reproduction from Belford University on behalf of an English bulldog named Maxwell Sniffing Well. So, Maxwell Sniffing Well has a degree in animal reproduction.
Oh my gosh. That would be funny if, like, he has a degree in animal reproduction, but he's fixed.
He was not fixed.
Okay, so he definitely has a degree in animal reproduction.
So his application included his work as a reproductive specialist, noting his natural ability in therogenealogy, which is medicine concerned with animal reproduction, and experimental work with felines, and his understanding of the merits of a specialization despite a desire to do them all.
Yeah. He
got a diploma, transcript, and letter of recommendation upon receipt of payment of $549 to university, but declined an offer to be made an honors graduate for an additional $75.
Oh my god. I wish I could pay money just to, like, have good grades.
Honestly, yeah.
Just, like, graduate, spend $200. Cheaper than student loans. Do you know who else is a major in animal reproduction? Pixel. Yeah, your rabbit.
Yeah.
He has so many children.
He's
fixed now.
Yeah.
This was before I got him.
Yeah.
But he is a father of many.
Deadbeat. I do want to quickly cover Wally, who got an associate's degree in childhood development, and the application said he plays with kids every day, teaches them to interact better with each other, teaches them responsibilities like feeding the dog.
Oh, that's kind of cute.
The university said that the owner perjured himself by creating a false identity for the application. So fun. Imagine being mad at a dog.
Yeah.
And then the goldfish, Algernon.
Oh my gosh, Algernon.
There wasn't really a huge story. His owner registered him, it was his childhood goldfish, as a registered waste disposer.
That's not, like, a good one for a goldfish. That would be good for, like, a algae eater.
Yeah.
Like a pleco?
Yeah.
That would be a great degree for a pleco.
Yeah.
Those are some good guys.
Good guys. And that was my cat and dog midsection. So tell me a tale.
I'll tell you a tale. Ha ha ha. So, the article you gave me is Stubbs, in parentheses, cat.
Mm-hmm. Not to be mistook for the human Stubbs that we all know and love.
Yeah, I love Stubbs. I see him
Stubbs
every day. He gives me, like, tickets, but, like, it's just the Stubbs, so, like, I can't do anything with them.
Whenever you're making a terrible joke, you always
a good joke.
You always give me a look like, huh?
I'm, like, offended that you would say that's a bad joke.
I wouldn't say it's a good joke.
So Stubbs, in parentheses, cat. Stubbs is a mayor.
Yes.
Or was. Stubbs was a mayor
of
Talkeetna, Alaska. And the wiki says he was mayor from 1997 to 2017.
Holy shit.
20 years.
That's incredible.
It was his whole life.
Wow.
And,
did they elect a baby?
No baby.
He's wearing he's too big for the mayor hat, so he lays in it.
The mayor hat?
I'm just imagining, like, he's wearing a little outfit.
You know how they have the, like, mayor hat that every mayor wears?
Honestly,
it's like the Pope hat, but it's for the mayor.
Honest to God, I was imagining a train conductor hat. I've had some wine. Or like a fedora or whatever. You know how men dressed in, like, the 50s where it was like, you have to have your hat.
Yeah.
But he slept in it because he was so teeny.
He was so teeny weeny. So he had an office in the town's general store where he could be seen sipping water laced with catnip out of a wine glass.
Oh my God.
Or sometimes even a margarita glass.
Wow.
He was living la vida loca.
Living la vida loca, upside inside out.
Yes. And he didn't have a tail.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did they know what happened, or?
It was just like that when they got him.
Really? Oh.
Yeah.
So he was, like, adopted. They didn't get him, like, born.
Yeah.
Okay.
They got him out of, like, a cardboard box in a parking lot. Somebody was just giving cats away.
And they were just like, we love Stubbs. Stubbs is our mayor.
Well, I'll talk more about that.
Okay.
So, Stubbs was the mayor of this town for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently he had a lot of little misadventures. And there's a whole section on his Wikipedia dedicated to it. His Wikipedia is pretty brief. So he's had a lot of experiences in his life. And he's 20 years old.
Yeah.
Like, I'm only a year older than he was. So, like, I've had some experiences. But, like, one thing I have definitely not done is I haven't fallen into a deep fryer yet.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I'm gonna say, the deep fryer was off and it was set to cool. So he probably just got kind of oily and it scared people.
Okay.
So he was fine.
You scared me. I was imagining, like, in Looney Tunes where, like, the cat gets hungry, he looks at a bird, and he's like a fried chicken. I was imagining that. I was imagining, like, he went in the deep fryer and he came out a KFC bucket.
No. He lived many years after that.
Okay,
he probably
good.
just got kind of oily.
They're like, oh, no, we have to bathe Stubbs now. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Why was he next to a deep fryer?
I don't know.
He just taken a rest
A lot of things, like, I don't know how they happened. He somehow, like, climbed into a garbage truck and was driven out of the town at one point.
I fucking love Stubbs.
How does that happen?
I don't know how that happens. They just wear Stubbs. Oh, I threw him away. What do you mean you threw him away?
It was an accident.
It's fine. We could. Well, honestly, it was probably that he climbed in the garbage can because he smelled some smelly chicken bones or something, and then they took out the trash, and then the garbage truck came, and they're like, "Where's Stubbs?" And then they looked out the window, and the garbage truck was driving away.
I think that's so silly for a little, like, just a little house cat.
He went on so many adventures.
Yeah. But you can tell that the owners, they learned from Stubbs for their current cats. Although, like, pictures of their current cats have, like, these big, like, tracker collars.
You are not getting lost in the garbage.
You are not going to garbage land, mister. I have some disappointing news, Toby.
Oh, no.
So, Stubbs was never officially the mayor of Tahkeetna.
No, I've been lied to.
Yeah, so Tahkeetna is an unincorporated community.
Oh, okay.
So it's seen as a historic district or a census designated place. So it's not a town, and they don't and can't have any
a
form
mayor
of government.
because it's just like not enough people.
They aren't like formally a town, which is very common.
Yeah.
So he's more of an honorary mayor, and that's what counts. People were writing him in as a candidate for the U.S. Senate seat for Alaska in 2014.
Oh my god, yes! Yes!
So he
Get him in Congress, yes! He'll make all the good decisions!
Yes! So...
he supports women's rights, yes!
So, much like Emperor Norton, he doesn't actually hold any power, and he did run for Congress.
So the same guy. They would have hung out.
They would have.
If they lived in the same like decade, they would have.
Oh my gosh, definitely. And if he lived in, I think it was San Francisco.
Yeah.
Hey Jess, what do you have to say for us today? So Stubbs was owned by the owner of the general store in Tahkeetna. It was a general store called Nagley's. And it's been there since the early 1900s. Mm-hmm. And it's very well known for its store cats. And they have a whole page on their website dedicated to all of their store cats. And like throughout time, I kind of want to send you this page. But yeah, these include Gemini, the 70s cat, Holly, the 80s cat. Yeah, they have some good cats.
Squeaker!
Yes.
Oh my god, Mayor Stubbs, the Fonzie of cats.
Yeah, he's the Fonzie of cat.
So, I love Aurora. Oh, is Denali Aurora's brother?
Yeah,
oh
Denali was also mayor after Stubbs.
Well, they do have massive tracking. Yeah. They have like fucking cubes. They have tracking cubes on them. After Stubbs, they were like, no more.
They were like, no more cats in the deep fryer. So Nagley's was a store that was originally built in like a wood cabin-y type building, but it wasn't very fire safe, and it did burn down in 1997, and that's when they got Stubbs.
Okay, I saw that one of the cats passed away in the fire, which is so sad.
It's really sad.
It is.
So they got Stubbs, and Stubbs hung out in the new store that they built, and someone jokingly called him the mayor one day, and it stuck. This whole town kind of has this inside joke of like, oh, he's the mayor.
That's amazing.
This cat is the mayor. So apparently it's like really normal, just like go to the store, grab your things, and then go like, hi, Mr. Mayor.
That's so cute.
Yeah. People, like, once they heard about this, just fucking loved it. a lot of people wrote articles about this, and people would, like, come to this town just to see Stubbs.
It must have done wonders for the economy.
Oh, yeah, and, like, it's a store cat.
Yeah.
That store must be doing well.
Oh, yeah.
And the Wikipedia says that there is a rumor that there was an election to elect Stubbs, but because the town is unincorporated, it's just a rumor. But I was looking around a little bit more about that.
Yes.
And this could be fake. It seemed pretty, like, it had sources behind it that there was an election. It wasn't, like because it's an unincorporated town, they can't have a mayor. They had a link to the ballot. It was an election about if they should incorporate the town. And if they did, who would the mayor be?
And it was Stubbs.
So a lot of people didn't like the idea of incorporating the town. And this was in 2002. People just didn't want to incorporate the town. So they were like, mayor, for if we incorporate the town, I don't want to incorporate it. Fucking Stubbs.
Oh.
It was kind of a protest.
Got it. He was a protest cat.
Yeah. But, like, if the town was incorporated, he would have won.
Good. Good for him.
Stubbs would have been the actual mayor. I think it's really just sweet how this whole town just had this little joke to just, like, oh, this cat's the mayor. I think it's one of the, like, good things about, like, small town culture. You can have, like, those little inside jokes that, like, the whole town just knows about.
Yeah.
I think it's so silly how, like, seriously this town's little, like, hee kitty's the mayor joke was taken. People were like, no, this is a hoax. They don't actually have a mayor. Like, why are you so mad? Why are you
Twitter
mad?
fact check.
After Stubbs, you saw Denali was a next cat that they got at the store. And Denali allegedly ran for mayor against a dog. This means that there must have been some kind of election planned for this, for, like, the cat versus the dog, but it never happened.
Wow.
So that's kind of funny. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was looking a little bit more into different animals that have been elected into different positions, and it looks like it's really common in these kind of unincorporated places to have an animal as mayor. Yeah, there's some really, really good ones out there. And I guess, like, it makes sense, especially if you're, like, a really small, like, tight-knit community, to be like, we don't need a mayor.
Yeah.
So, like, why not just have this cat be the mayor?
Yeah, exactly. I love that. I love that he was, like, a community cat.
Yeah. Store cats are so important.
They are. My comic book shop growing up had a cat named Professor something.
He was a professor.
I just remember his name was Professor something. And he was, like, a big orange cat. And he's, like, the mascot for the store. I think he still lives there. But he, like, store cats are so special.
Yeah.
The idea of, like, communities taking care of an animal is very sweet.
Yeah. Everybody knows that cat. Everybody loves that cat.
Yeah.
I think that's very special. I know, like, allergies are a problem, but I also think more stores should have cats.
Yeah.
It's pretty common for these smaller places to have animals as, like, mayor or something. Sometimes it's done out of protest, like it was with Stubbs.
Yes.
Of, like, not liking the other candidates, having something against the country or the just political system in general. And I'm kind of jealous. Like, I lived in an unincorporated community for, like, most of my life, and we didn't have a fucking, like, cat mayor. All we had is, like, this old Republican town clerk who wouldn't let me register to vote.
No cat mayor. Sad.
And, like, that's all you need.
No cat mayor.
We didn't have
Parentheses,
it.
sad. Parentheses, gone wrong. Parentheses, real.
Yeah. There was another animal that was not elected, but ran for a position, was a pig named Pegasus the Immortal. And this was a hog that was nominated as a candidate for the 1968 U.S. presidential election. And it was nominated by the political group, the Yippies.
Oh, were you part of the Yippies? You should have been, unless they were, like, fascists or something. Okay.
No. So I saw this. I was like, what the fuck are the Yippies? I need to know.
Yeah.
So they stood for the Youth International Party. So YIP or yippies. And they were an anarchist, radical, free speech, and anti-war, anti-establishment counterculture group in the 1960s. So, like, cool guys. I have their flag here. And it's literally, like, it's a black flag. It has a red star in the middle. And in the star is a marijuana leaf. That's weed.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, so the leader of this party was a pig named Pegasus the Immortal.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they...
30 to 50 feral hogs in my yard. Sorry, continue.
Oh my gosh, where did they come from?
Have you not seen the 30 to 50 feral hogs in my yard tweet?
No.
There's a very famous tweet. Sorry, this is such a sidetrack. The tweet is... Legit question for rural Americans. How do I kill the 30 to 50 feral hogs that run into my yard within 3 to 5 minutes while my small kids play?
I bet that's like a legit problem some people have, though.
30 to 50 feral hogs?
Have you ever seen like a farm with hogs? And they travel in groups.
30 to 50?
I feel like it's possible.
And you need an AK-47 for it?
If you've seen a hog, a bullet's not going to do anything.
Oh yeah, have you seen boar spears?
Boar spears?
There's spears that were built in like England and stuff. Specifically for hunting boars, and they had to be designed specifically to kill boars.
They nominated Pegasus the Immortal to be a candidate in the presidential election in the middle of Chicago. And they brought him there, and they had him do a speech. They read the speech for him, of course. They demanded that Pegasus be treated by the Secret Service as a legitimate candidate.
Oh my god. Was he?
No. One of their, like, slogans was, if we can't have him in the White House, we can have him for breakfast.
Holy shit! Oh my god. I think they should kill and eat the opponent candidate for whoever loses the presidential election.
That's definitely a statement to have a pig running with the other candidates. Like, that says something.
For sure. I think that was their point.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And so they publicly nominated Pegasus, and he was arrested with 7 other of the yippies for announcing the pig's candidacy.
Arrested? On what grounds? Disturbing the peace or some shit?
Something like that. They were like, you can't bring a pig into Chicago.
There's so many in there already.
So, like, nobody really knows what happened to the pig after it was arrested. There's, like, a lot of rumors that, like, the cop that arrested it ate it, but I don't know.
I don't think that's true. They're like, officer, why do you have a fork and knife and bib? And he's like, no reason. Anyways, you're under arrest.
That would be cannibalism.
Yeah.
The pig, honestly, would have been a much better president because Nixon was elected instead. So we probably could have avoided a lot if we had nominated Mr. Pegasus.
Yeah.
President Pegasus, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
And then the same group, the Yippies, also nominated Nobody 4 times.
Nobody?
Nobody. And they had amazing campaign slogans for Nobody. It's because nobody's in Washington right now working for you. Nobody's perfect, and nobody should have too much power.
That's actually, I love this group.
Yeah, I think we should bring it back.
I think we should bring it back.
I think it needs to be a thing.
Yeah.
And, like, this is, like, in the 1960s, 1970s, but, like, I love it.
Yeah, that was, like, the Black Armband era, Vietnam War protests.
Yeah.
And where, like, young people were really getting active for the first time in war protests.
Yeah,
so,
but bring it back.
Yeah.
Yippies. TBH Creature as the thing.
Yes.
TBH Creature smoking a big blunt.
Yeah, he would.
He would. He should.
And he should.
Yeah. And that's what I have to say for today.
Awesome.
That's where I'm going to end it.
Thank you for that tale. That tall tale.
That tall tale.
It was a regular tale. It wasn't lies.
It was so many lies. Actually, that was all lies.
You turn around your laptop and it's like off. So, the theme for the next episode we decided was hoaxes.
It's hoaxes. So this is gonna be our little corner for conspiracies, our hoaxes.
Yeah.
We're gonna do our makeup and talk about murderers now.
We're not that kind of podcast.
Not yet.
Not yet. So I was originally going to give you D.B. Cooper, and then I was like, that's not a hoax, that's a crime. That's like an unsolved mystery. So what I'm gonna give you is the book Atlanta Nights.
Atlanta Nights.
Atlanta Nights. Atlanta Nights, to give you a little summary, was a book made by a group of science fiction and fantasy authors that was made to be one of the worst books ever written on purpose.
Oh.
Everything about it is terrible, apparently. Even the cover, if you look at it, it's just like a sunset with, like, Times New Roman over it.
I read a whole book for this podcast.
Yeah. There's some quotes and stuff, and I'm sure there's a PDF for it. Oh, there's like a website for the fake author.
So I'm going to send you this, and I just want you to react.
Okay.
Our Wi-Fi is so good.
I'm looking at my Discord. Spaghetti tree hoax. Oh, I think I know about this a little bit.
Oh, okay.
British people are unaware that spaghetti was made of wheat flour and water. Jesus.
I know nothing about this. I have not read anything in the article. I just saw, I forgot where I even found it. I found it somewhere, and I was like, you know what? I think Toby needs to look at those.
It's a spaghetti hoax.
Spaghetti.
One of the See Also articles is Pacific Northwest tree octopus. So
I've already gotten that far?
What? It's at the bottom of the thing.
You already read through the whole article?
I didn't read it, I just scrolled down.
Okay.
It's pretty short.
Lenin was a mushroom?
We're just looking at Wikipedia articles now.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's our whole podcast.
It is.
We're not just looking at Wikipedia articles now.
No.
We've been doing it all day.
Thanks for listening. Ray, where can people find us?
People can find us on Instagram and TikTok at wormhole.podcast and on Tumblr at wormhole-podcast. Our music is In the Middle of the Day by Lundstrom, which Toby doesn't know. Because Toby's a normie.
I'm sorry.
Real people know In the Middle of the Day by Lundstrom. Because In the Middle of the Day by Lundstrom is the best.
I love mainstream music, like Taylor Swift and Harry Styles.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't. I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry for you. We come out with episodes every other week, so our next episode will be on August 16th. It's already going to be August. That's crazy.
Is that it should be the first week of August, right?
The one we're recording, I'm going to edit it.
Oh, got it. I thought you meant this one was coming out on the 18th.
So you see
and I was
Toby.
like, Listen, I'm a dumb man.
So you see Toby. First.
I draw the picture. I don't publish the podcast. You're the smart one.
If you're enjoying the podcast, I really appreciate you. If you're listening to the episodes we've had so far, I really appreciate you. And if you haven't, go back and listen to our last 3 episodes.
Yeah.
I think they're pretty good. Stay tuned for our next episode, which is going to be our Hoaxes episode. Rate us, review us on whatever platform we're on. Give us a little comment. Tell your friends about us.
I'm going to put out there, if you have a Wikipedia article or a topic that you think is real interesting and you want us to know about it, DM it to us. I'm gonna put it out there. Send it to us.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll talk to you. Maybe. If you're cool. Thanks for listening.
Mm-hmm.
In the next episode,
we're gonna be crashing a plane and then convincing everyone that we actually crashed a train.
Bye.
Bye. How do I stop recording? Oh.